Merry Christmas, everybody. Let me fix that glitch or bug so I can get back upstairs. Check out our farm. It magically grew right in front of my face. That was pretty neat. I hate getting Regogan. Means we gotta go swimming, boys and girls. Get to go swimming. That's always fun, because that usually means underwater monsters, having to worry about breathing, getting ate, crazy stuff like that. Fun, 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 fun. Let's have some fun. What is a sentinel doing inside of my house? I don't know if you just saw that, but there was a sentinel inside my house. So we need some Regogan so we can build some copper wire to make our science officer happy. And we're supposed to be building our landing pad. But the landing pad's going to be quite a bit of stuff, especially that lubricant, which I can't do lubricant yet that I'm aware of. But we can work on the cells and the plates.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
Let's take a look at that. Shall we? Condensium and antrium. So we can make a bunch of non-ferrous plates and the voltaic cells because we can get condensium and antrium here on this planet. So it's just a matter of going out and finding the stuff. So, good evening, everybody. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Of course, I'm Remington Reeves, but if you're new here and you didn't know, welcome, welcome. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Today is Christmas Day. And, everybody gets their new toys. So, tell me what you got for Christmas. If you're not currently watching the live stream and you're catching the replay, tell me down in the comments below. I'm curious and I'd love to know. How was your Christmas? What did you get for Christmas? Is it all cracked up to be? That is one of the best questions because, you know, sometimes you want something and then you finally get it and then you're like, you know, that really wasn't all that awesome as I thought it was going to be. Let me know. That way, I don't make the same mistake. See, I'm lucky. I get stuff that I want. And I usually try to make sure that I want something before I get it. Not all the time. I think the entry is something. Ironically though, I like clothes, and when Christmas time comes, usually I tell people if they're gonna get me something, I like to get things that are practical, things that I'm actually going to utilize. And so I tell people, you know, I want socks, and then they look at me like I'm silly, and I tell them I want some underwear, and then they look at me like I'm silly. But I like things that I know that I need and I'm going to use. Because if I want something silly that I don't necessarily need, I'll usually get it myself. So that way, you know, it turns out to be something that I thought I wanted and then turn around and oh, that's not as awesome as I thought it would be. And I can get mad at myself. But, oh, we got a looker. He's not too happy. Where's he at? I don't know, but I'm gonna take his flowers. I'm sitting here buying the anthrax flowers. Why don't you, tell me what games you got, what games you didn't get, but you plan on getting this gift card. And did your friends get those games too? Because nowadays everybody loves playing with friends. Again, if you're not on the live stream, you're watching the replay, you can still chime in. Just make sure you hit me up in the comments section below and let me know. Who knows, maybe we got the same games for Christmas. I do love playing games with friends. You can always follow me on Steam. Join in. There you are. I'm not gonna shoot you. I'm gonna wait. Yep, see, you're just like, see you later, man. I'm like, alright, cool, peace out. Alrighty, sorry about that. I'm making a couple adjustments too. I don't know if I'm gonna go too deep into this mine again. This might actually be a dead end. Although the cave system here seems to be rather extensive, very large, very deep, twisting. Multiple entrances and exits.
Weapon charge depleted.
Oh no. I guess we were having a little bit too much fun.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
I'm gonna have to look for some more plutonium too. Seems like I'm blowing through plutonium left and right. But I guess that's good because that means we're making progress, and that's what's important. Just keep pushing forward. Sometimes you hit some slow spots, but oh, there's some plutonium. Sometimes you hit some slow spots and things kind of chill out, and you know, you kind of feel like, oh my god, what am I doing? This is boring. I'm getting tired of looking for Rogogan. And then, you know, the next thing you know, you kind of hit the mother load and bam, you're just like thrown fast forward and you're like, wow, I'm really cruising now. And I think that's kind of where I'm at this point, is I'm just at this little slow point here where it seems like it's mostly picking stuff up and mining stuff, kind of try to figure out what direction you're going and stuff like that. But I've been here before, and I'm sure we'll be here again in our little slump of mining crap over and over again, but it's all for a good cause, because in the end, hopefully, we'll end up getting to where we want to be in the game. And right now, last stream we did pretty good. We managed to find a couple upgrades. We upgraded the exosuit, we upgraded our multi-tool, and we built some more storage. So we're doing pretty good. And let's go ahead and pick up that Get Charm and that Sac Venom, because we're going to sell those. We're going to hold on to the Gravitino Ball because we're going to need that for a recipe. And I know we have a slot for Antrium in one of our boxes, so I'm going to dump the Antrium into our box. There she is. Go ahead and put that in the box. We're going to need tons of that stuff. Antrium and Condesium, we're going to need tons of that stuff. Okay. And I think we might even have a plutonium in here somewhere, so we need to find some plutonium as well to recharge up some of our systems. And there's some there. Quite a bit too. Excellent. That's just what we needed. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and sell the Sac Venom and the Gek Charm. And we got tons of plutonium. It's doing pretty good. Go ahead and top off those systems now while we have the plutonium, so I don't accidentally spend it on some stuff I shouldn't, because that always happens.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Probably prematurely used that shielding shard, but I'm sure we'll get more of them, so I'm not too worried about spending it. Got everything topped off pretty good, and our inventory's cleared out pretty decent. Alright, let's go ahead for another little quick walk here and see what we can find. I do need to look into building that radiation defense tech for our suit, because until we can find a new planet with that has a better system, I guess you could say, where it's not radioactive or anything, we're gonna need it for this place, because it's always radioactive. It never gets better, it only gets worse. Ooh, that looks like a new guy. He looks dangerous.
Units received.
He's defensive, yeah, so if I tick him off, he's gonna try to eat me.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Here comes a nice storm. We knew that was coming.
Radiation protection falling.
Alright, we need to haul butt back, because we're going to be in trouble here in a second.
Radiation protection offline.
Almost there. Come on, don't run out of steam on me now. Oh, stuck on the rail. There we go.
Radiation protection
Ooh,
stabilizing.
that was a close one. That was close. Man, I tell you, when those storms hit, they will beat you down fast. You can't be out too far away from the base or your ship when that storm comes through, because it will probably kill you in a matter of like 40 seconds. So luckily we weren't that far out exploring and mining our minerals there when that storm came in. So lucky this time, maybe not so much next time. We're gonna have to look into upgrading that radiation tech for the suit.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Alright. Oop, wrong button, guys. Sorry about that. It happens a lot. Alright, well, all our systems are still looking pretty good. We're actually stuck in a little bit of a mining rut. We're trying to find antrim and condesium, which we know are both located on our home planet here. But the one item that we do need to continue with our quest for making our employees happy for Christmas is Ragogan. And as far as I can tell, and from what I've seen and was told from other players, Ragogan can only be found in the water, under the water, and I don't really think we have any water here. There was a pond not far from our base, but there was no Ragogan there. So we might actually have to leave and go to a different planet to find Ragogan. Excuse me there. Grabbing a drink. But let's go ahead and take a trip up to the good old space station and see if we can unload some of our garbage. Midnight says, howdy ho! Merry Christmas, Midnight. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I'm just playing a little bit of No Man's Sky here, just getting warmed up. Probably going to be doing some late night streams here on Christmas Day. Might actually be swapping around games a little bit too. I've been playing a lot of my No Man's Sky, but I did just get a bunch of new games for Christmas. So depending on what you guys out there are thinking you'd like to watch me play, I might flip-flop a little bit. Steam is having their awesome sale right now for Christmas. It goes on until January 2nd. Excuse me. And they have tons and tons of games on sale. Actually, for a lot of them are on for a steep price. Alex Eggleston, how are you? Merry Christmas and welcome to the stream. Let's go ahead and unload our Gek Charm. We don't need that at the moment. Oop. I just kind of, there it goes.
Units
Kind of
received.
jumped on me there for a second.
Units received. Units received.
So far, we've been fortunate enough that we've always had just enough money that we needed for whatever it was that we want. But we're also getting to that point where it might be time to look into buying a new ship. So we're going to have to start considering that and stockpiling some of that money. Right now, our only source of income is by selling our sack. The sack venoms we can grow. They don't sell for a lot of money, but they're relatively quick on growing. That guy just hit me. Whoa. Look at it. hop in the old rust bucket here, take the keys out, and see what's going on in the system. I can't quite remember what planets were available in the system that we linked up with. So we'll do some orbital scans here. See if we get lucky and get a Rogogan planet. There's condensium. We need that, but we know we need that on our own planet. So I'm not too worried about that. Spadonium. Looks like we got some freighter jumpers coming in. That usually is a good indication we might have some pirates. Looks like it's got a lot of water, so I'm going to take a chance and go ahead and shoot there anyway, even though Rogogan's not on the list, because I don't believe the orbital scan is going to tell you everything that is on it. So we're going to go ahead and take a chance. We're going to cruise over there and take a look in the water and see if we can spot some Rogogan. And maybe if we get lucky, we can stockpile some Rogogan. We're going to need it for building a couple of items for the base. So guys, what did you get for Christmas? You guys get anything good for Christmas? Anything games? Upgrades for your unit, your PC. I'm sure some people got some new consoles today. Alright, breaking through the Atmel, and it looks like there's tons and tons of water, so now we just need to find a nice little location to park the ship, and we can go swimming, see if we can find some of that Rogogan. Trying to do a little flyby. We're looking to see if we can find a nice little habitable spot that has maybe something to make us warrant landing. Currently, I'd like to find an exosuit upgrade pod, but they're a little bit harder to find now just by flying over. A lot of times you actually have to drop down one of the scanners to locate them. They do look like some deep waters. Let's go ahead and pump the brakes here, and we're going to try to land right there on that nice little soft green patch. And let's see if we can, well, there's a giant fish. Man, they scared the crap out of me. Going in the water makes me a little nervous because, man, he is really close. You know what? I made him do a trick. Did you see that? I made him do a trick. That was so funny. And that sentinel is not digging it. Do not scam me, dude. I don't like to be scanned. Go away. So essentially, at least the last time I found Rogogan, the Rogogan kind of looks like it is little white pearly type balls on a string. Kind of like a pearl necklace kind of looking thing floating in the water. So I'm going to assume that's probably going to be the same regardless of where you go, because that's how everything else is. So it's just a matter of finding them. Let's go ahead and go in the water here and get our toes wet. Hopefully we don't get attacked. We do need to keep an eye on our oxygen. So we gotta kind of be careful. Especially in this deep water. I'm not really seeing any. Kind of disappointing. But we're not going to give up just yet. There's a lot of water on this planet, so there might be some somewhere. Trying to get some air. There we go. Pretty nice underwater. I did just get Subnautica. I've had some subs ask me about if I was going to be playing Subnautica, and I said maybe I'll have to look into it. Hey, there's Ragovi. Awesome. I knew we'd find some. Let me go ahead up and get some air. Gotta be careful. Some of this water gets pretty deep, and you don't realize how deep you are. The next thing you know, you need to get oxygen, and you're too deep underwater to be able to make it back up to the surface. So, but that is cool. What we're essentially just have to keep an eye out for is basically that stuff there and there. It looks like they matured into triangular shapes. The first couple times I found that they were just more of a round ball, but that's cool. We're also going to have to make sure we watch out for the sentinels here too. We don't want to irritate them and get attacked, especially in a situation where we're in the water and having to monitor our breathing, the depth of the water, and the animals around us at the same time. It can get a little hectic. Yeah, speaking of Subnautica, I did recently acquire Subnautica. It is one of the games that is on sale on Steam. So I was like, sure, why not? You know, I play a lot of No Man's Sky, and I like No Man's Sky. I find it rather entertaining and fun. So I was like, I'll go ahead and pick up Subnautica, and we'll give it a go. We'll stream it, of course, because I like to stream anything I play. And we'll see how things go. Maybe we'll have some fun. Maybe we'll get eaten by a shark. Who knows? I've never really played it, so I have no idea. But we'll find out. Alright, we need to get some air here or we're going to be in trouble. So let's start trying to get back up to the surface. Close call. Woo, that was close. Get to the edge here so we can stand. Man, that was close. Kind of gave me a little bit of a chill down my spine. Last thing I want to do is die in the water too deep, because then when I go back to get my body, I'm going to die again, because obviously I couldn't make it up the first time, so why would I make it up the second time around? That'd be like the worst thing I could do. Alright. See if we can find another spot that's got a couple of them in one batch, so we're not going down just for one plant. I see some over there, but it's kind of deep water, and it looks like it's all by itself. There's some. Not a lot, but I'll take it. It all adds up. Hey, there's another one there. If we can get it from here, we might be able to. Let's take a look. Nope, too far. Alright, we'll scooch out. There we go. Now, the one good thing that I like about Ragogan so far is that it does collect rather quickly. Oh, there's an underwater cave. Yeah, I think that's probably aspect control. We're gonna have to steer clear of that. At least for now. That's what I'm talking about right there. Get a couple growing next to each other. Just hit them up, bam, 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 and we're good to go. That would be even more awesome if we could actually find a bunch on the side of the riverbank like that. Or the beach, rather, because this is an ocean, not a river, but we're gonna have to get a little bit wet. That's alright. So 2017's coming, and I'm pretty excited. Of course, my birthday's right around the corner as well. But we did manage to get a nice haul of games, especially with the Steam sale. So we will be producing quite a bit of new content for the channel over the next few weeks and months, rather, because there's quite a few games. So I'm going to probably throw together a little trailer that I'm going to put on the main channel of the page, letting everybody know what to expect in the next few months from the games that we're going to be playing. Of course, we're going to continue to play the games that we've been playing so far in 2016, especially ones that have a lot of content left in them, like No Man's Sky. But we're going to be playing some classic games, as well as some new games. And this Christmas, we also managed to get very lucky, and the girlfriend got us an Elgato. So we're probably going to be hooking that up to some of our consoles and stuff. And we'll be streaming even more content from that. Because up until now, I haven't been putting out any content that includes any kind of console games. And so, now that she was awesome enough and got me the Elgato, I can go ahead and hook up the consoles into the PC, and we can get even more action in. So, again, if you guys, if you play on Xbox, or, you know, if you guys play on the PC, or the PS4, and you guys want to hook up and play games together, feel free to just hit me up in the the comment section, or you can send me a direct message or something. I have links to the Twitter and Facebook on the main channel as well, so you can always click on those links and follow me. And anytime I get on to do a stream, Twitter and Facebook will let you know that I'm getting on to do a live stream. And it usually tells you what game I'm going to be playing as well. So if it's something that you have, especially if it's a multiplayer game, and you want to get in on the action, all you have to do is hit me up and let me know that you're getting on. And
Temperature levels stabilizing.
yeah, hit me up and let me know, and then we can actually get into a group and do some serious butt kicking. Also, I think what I'm going to be doing too is the sale ends on the 2nd. I think I'm going to pick up a couple copies of games on the PC. And I might do some giveaways over the next few months too. So So I think what I'll do is I'm not gonna get, you know, $80 games or anything crazy, but I think what I'll do is I'll pick up a few of the games that I'm playing, especially you know, some of the multiplayer games, and then what I'll do is when I start to do those games, I'll have a giveaway, and then I'll give away a gift code for those games, and then that way you can join in on the fun with me. We're still on the hunt for some Ragogan. I'm just kind of taking a little bit of a break from being in the water at the second because
Stabilizing.
with the storm tonight, it's going to make things a little more difficult. So let's go take a look at that question mark over there for a minute. It's not very far, it's only about 20 seconds away. So maybe we'll get lucky with some tech or something. So far this planet's been a pretty nice planet. Alright, we found a structure. Go ahead and save the game. Power canisters. Atlas V-Pass 1 required. I could have swore we've already had like 4 of those things by now, but apparently we keep losing them somehow, and I haven't figured out yet where they're going. And let's see what's in here. It looks like it's empty, which is kind of odd because usually there's something. And apparently this one looks like there's absolutely nothing. Let's take a look at that V1 pass, because it's right there. It's on the ship. You know what? It looks like... Yeah, that's what I figured. We're too far away to get the Atlas pass out of the ship. That's alright. We'll just have to remember to pick it up the next time we're around there, so that way if we're out exploring, we don't run into that situation. Bolt caster clip towel. Always nice to pick up new upgrades. Haven't quite gotten to the point yet where we have enough room to pimp out all our stuff with all the cool tech we have, because we need that space for mining and whatnot of the minerals. But I heard a rumor that they are looking forward to putting in some ground-based vehicles. I don't know if they're true, but according to some data dumps and some of the newer items that you can build in the game, it looks like there might be some garage components in the game which would be for storing land-based vehicles. So I'm kind of excited about that, because if they will let me have a dune buggy to cruise around in, I will so go Grand Theft Auto 5 on this shit. It will be awesome. I will be doing stunt rolls and all sorts of crazy stuff. Man, there's a lot of fish in there. Okay, I'll go take a dip, and then all those piranha will eat my face off. Nice. You know, I do believe this place might have had a habitable base as well, which is a shame because we just put so much work into the previous base that we were working on. Yeah, there's one right over there. We put a lot of work into the previous base that we are been working on. I hate to destroy it and start over. But so far it seems like we need the advanced laser. We haven't built that yet since we upgraded the tool. I haven't went back and put it on the new tool yet. But yeah, I'm kind of waiting. I'm keeping my hopes up high because I'm looking to try to find a really nice planet that has good climate and animal and plant life. You know, kind of like the paradise, the sweet spot. That's what I want. I'm holding up my hope that we can find it. Then we're gonna build our base there, and hopefully that'll be the only base we ever need. What's that? Oh man, that's a big. Looks like a big bit of plutonium. Let's go. So far, this place isn't too bad. It did have a little bit of weather, which I would imagine that it's gonna be on every planet. It's gonna have weather. But if we can find a planet that's got pretty decent weather to the point where we're not gonna constantly have to fight and battle to survive just to be on the planet, like most of our previous, then I think I'll be down for transplanting the base. Of course, you're never gonna find a base or a planet that's gonna have all the stuff you want. Like right now, we're doing really good with the thamium and plutonium, but we're not gonna find other minerals and stuff that we have on the other planet. Like the other planet has the antrium and the condensium, which right now we need quite a bit of to further our progress on the missions for our happy employees. But it does lack thamium and plutonium. There are spots here and there that do have the elements there, but not as frequent as, say, this planet. Like this planet, we're just walking around and it's all over the place. So it sounds like there might be another. That's a sound. It sounded like there was another plane flying overhead. Go ahead and dump some of this stuff into our starship. Make a little bit of room. That looks good, because all that other stuff, we can still fill up those stacks. Those things look neat. Temperament cautious. Yeah, is that cautious that they're going to eat me, or is that cautious that they're going to run away? Kind of vague there. Like plant life on this side kind of barren, but there is a giant fish. Volatile. Yeah, see, that giant fish, I knew he would try to eat my face. That's why I blasted his brother when we first got here. Now it's getting a little bit brighter out. Let's switch over to our bolt caster just in case these purple one-eyed snorkels want to eat us. We can blow them up. And we're going to see if we can find a little more Ragogan. So that way we can get off of this planet and go find something fun to destroy. That's what we all really want to do. We want to hop in our spaceship and go find some space pirates and blow them up. One can only take shooting whip vines for so long before they want to whip vine themselves to death. Let's switch back over to the mining beam. Iridium. I guess we could use some iridium. We got the room for it at the moment. Sure we'll need it eventually. Be a little too far away for picking it up. Right there, but I want to get my oxygen back up, and also got to take a look at my systems. I saw my life support drop down pretty good.
Technology recharge.
There we go.
Technology recharge.
And we'll do our mining beam too, since we're
Technology recharge.
checking stuff out. There's some Bergogan. Right there, that little white stuff. What we're looking for. Take a little bit of iron too. Never hurts to have some. That should be pretty decent. Right, let's get back up to the surface here. That was fine. I think it was. On the hunt for Ragogan. One of the biggest pain in the butts to mine, at least for me. I think most people. I think we might have harvested most of the Ragogan near us, which is a good thing, but also a bad thing. It's good because that means we probably got quite a bit saved up, but it kind of stinks because it means we're probably going to have to go to a new location or out further into the water. And quite honestly, I don't think we'll be able to survive further out in the water, so I don't want to risk that. Spiky thing. Right there. It's out there as a ways. Looks are deceiving. Now here's a good question for you guys. If you play No Man's Sky, have you seen any huge monsters in the water? I've seen some huge animals on land, and I've seen other people who have had some really huge animals on land, but I don't know if anybody has reported finding some really huge animals in the water. Catlock Jackson, he says, yo, what's going on? Merry Christmas, Catlock Jackson. How are you doing today? Are you having a great holiday? I hope you are. I'm having a pretty awesome day myself. I did work this
Weather
morning,
warning.
but after
Incoming
work,
storm.
I had a lot of fun with the family, and I didn't get a chance to go to our
Temperature
dinner.
levels stabilizing.
I wasn't feeling too good, and I was pretty tired, so unfortunately, I ended up laying down, and I ended up falling asleep, and I just woke up about an hour and a half ago, and so I missed out on going to my sister's house for dinner. But I did manage to get some food brought home for me, so when I get a chance to take a break from my streaming, I'm gonna probably heat some food up. See how my stomach handles it. She wasn't doing too good earlier today. My voice is quiet, yeah, my throat's a little bit scratchy. But I'll tab out and see if I can turn the volume up just a little bit. There we go, I turned her up a little bit further. We'll see how she is. If she's still pretty quiet, then I'll have to go into the settings and up it that way. Let's take a look and see how our score's looking. 153 Ragogan, that's not too bad. I'd feel a lot more comfortable if that number was something like 500. And we don't have any on the ship. So unfortunately, that's all we have at the moment. That's a tough decision. I think 153 might be enough to do what we need to do at the moment, though. So I think we might say go ahead and leave the planet.
Thermal protection falling.
We can always come back here because this is tied to the space station that where our portal is connected to at the moment. So it's not like we can't come back here if we want. Go ahead and jump back to the space station. We'll head to the space station, hop through the portal, go back to the base. We'll take a look and see how much stuff we can get out of the 153 Ragogan. Catlock, what did you get for Christmas? Did you get anything good? Any games? Unfortunately, for my family, they get the double whammy around this time of year because they get to buy me Christmas presents, and then next week's my birthday, so then they have to turn around and hook me up for my birthday too. So, I might be in the market for picking up a couple more games on top of what I've already got from Christmas. And I'm trying to figure out what game I should pick up, and I haven't quite decided yet. I did pick up CSGO and Subnautica. So I'm kind of looking forward to playing those games. Go ahead and sell this Corvax cube.
Units received.
Let's see if we can buy a little bit of stuff just to kind of top us off. We're looking for There she is, plutonium. We're just kind of feeling a little lazy and don't feel like going out and trying to buy it or farm a bunch, so we'll just buy some instead. I don't think we really need anything else just yet, so we'll hold off on that. Sounded like that guy wasn't too happy. Home sweet home. We already took down the Christmas tree because in our family we're pretty quick, so you can see that here at home there is no tree or decorations, but that's because we already put them away in preparation for the party for New Year's. Unfortunately, as you can see, we got this glitch, or bug rather, that for some reason the ladder port likes to get sealed with the ceiling and I can't go upstairs. And what I end up having to do to fix it is I have to open up my inventory and go to the ladder. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Now as soon as I go to build the ladder, it disappears and everything's okay. So it's kind of cool if it were, you know, a protection against somebody coming in and robbing my house, but since there is no such thing as multiplayer per se in this game just yet, it's kind of more of an inconvenience to me. Alright, I remember that he wanted copper wire, if I'm not mistaken. We'll double check here just to be sure. Copper wire, yes. Alright, so let's see if we can make some copper wire. And we got enough. We'll make one. We'll see if that's enough because I don't recall exactly how many he wanted. 3. Alright, well, we'll make 2 more then. It's quite a bit of copper. Hopefully this is going to get us somewhere. Yes, Dingleberry, I know, copper wire. Get to the point so I can move along here. Our guests do not want to hear you talk. Alright, so now we have acquired the schematic for polyfiber, which requires the element of fervidium, quite a bit of it too. But the polyfiber should be useful as far as building other material. Let's go ahead and see if he has another quest for us. It looks like there should be 2 more at least. Temerium, present in the gills of toxic fungi. Its stabilizing properties should counter these fumes. The sooner you provide me with some, the sooner you can stop holding your nose. They are developing a powerful acid, but it requires 1 more ingredient. Alright. And he wants 50. That's not too bad. That's pretty much like a quarter stack. We know that we pretty much finished off the armorer, and we still are working on acquiring stuff for the Farmer Joe and Wanker Bob. Wanker Bob wants insulating gel. He wants us to establish a line of trade between our outpost and the galaxy. Alright, so basically I need to go to a galactic terminal, I believe that's what it was. Let's double check there. Come on, bulgy eyes, get to the point. Yes, galactic trade terminal, buy insulating gel, okay. Alright, so Wanker Bob wants insulating gel. So the next time we go to a galactic terminal, we're going to have to try to remember that. Let's go ahead and take a look at our farm. We're not growing too much at the moment, but we got a little bit. Gravitino balls, sac venom, and Farmer Joe. He likes to wear his tin hat because he's afraid that aliens are going to probe his mind. We try not to make fun of him for it, because he does produce some pretty darn good plants. So for the time being, we're going to leave him alone. Let's go ahead and take a look at our inventory down in our stock boxes. We'll dump the Gravitino ball in there. We're saving that because I do believe we needed them for one of the schematics that we need to build. So we'll throw that in there. We'll go ahead and dump the sac venom too, just because. Top off some iron. Top off some carbon. Let's go ahead and throw that Ragogan in there. See what else we can get unloaded. There's a little bit of platinum we can put away for a rainy day. Hey, there's some Ragogan. Let's take that out. We'll put that back in the other box. We'll throw the iridium in there because I don't think we have any iridium in any of our storage boxes yet. And let's go ahead and add those Ragogans. Skip a box. This should be a new one. There's our antrium. Pop that off. And some zinc. Doing pretty good here. We're going to hold on to our plutonium and thamium. Because we're going to need that. But that mordite can go in there. And it looks like we're pretty empty. Let's double check our ship inventory. Just real quick. We're going to hold the iron, plutonium, thamium, shielding plate power. Yeah, that can all stay there for the moment. Because those things we could probably utilize for topping off the systems. That we want to build while we're here. I'm surprised they won't let us put a flag outside. You'd think they'd let us put a flag outside, but they won't. So we're still working on our way to find that lubricant. It's probably going to be a schematic that we're going to have to earn. There we go. Just letting people know. Representing.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and take a cruise around our home planet here and see if we can find some fun stuff. Let me hop on our scanner here.
think we might have enough money if we find a new drop pod. Hey Stevie Cook, how you doing? Glad you joined the stream, buddy. Now we did visit a drop pod here before, and I believe it was in that same direction and that same time. So I'm going to assume that's still showing the same drop pod that we already had visited. So we're not going to worry about going over there. There is a question mark over here about 30 seconds. Take a look at that and see what that is. Alright guys, we just broke an hour on the stream. So at this time I want to welcome y'all to the stream if you're just joining us. And thank you for coming and spending some time with me, especially today, being it's a holiday for most people. But if you don't celebrate the holidays, that's okay too. We still like you coming by and hanging out with us nonetheless.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
Alright, and we got a galactic trade terminal here pretty darn close to the house that I didn't even know of. That can actually save us quite a bit of time because that means we don't necessarily have to go back to the space station just to sell some stuff. Until we can get to the point where we can build our own terminal in our base, this is a nice alternative. Ladies and gentlemen, we have actually been dubbed a space trucker, with most units accrued at 431,000. I am happy to say I am a space trucker. That is pretty cool. And he said that we needed to buy something from the galactic terminal. I don't think it's the power gel. But we're just gonna buy them anyway, just because it's relatively inexpensive.
Product received.
We'll take his plutonium too.
Item received.
Oh heck, it's Christmas. Let's buy some stuff. Let's go ahead and get some iron, just in case we need to fix some of our systems. And we'll take the thamium too.
Item received.
That was pretty good. Let's go ahead and check out all the cool stuff here. Impact damage Sigma. Love tech. Always nice to get new tech. This looks like it's a shield regenerator. Shield at maximum. That's just the way I like it. How about our multi-tool? The Singularo. 15 slots. I believe we got that beat. Let's take a look anyway. Yes sir, we do. Buy one. Now that Singularo is a better mining tool, but for the moment I'm going to keep what I got, because if I downgrade, then the next slot upgrade multi-tool would probably be a 16 and not a 17. We want to go up, not down. Let's go ahead and talk to the merchant. Even though he kind of freaks me out with those red beady eyes. And he says, hello my friend, he wants me to give him some oxide. Says he wants 200 titanium. Or a regular 100 units. I think he wants the rare oxide of titanium. So let's go ahead and take a quick look back on that terminal. See if we can buy some. I highly doubt they're going to give us 200 titanium right on the galactic terminal. So we might have to make a trip back to the storage box. Yeah, there's no titanium. Alright, so we got to go back to the storage box regardless. And we'll see if we get lucky. One thing we do need to do that I neglected to do yet is we need to convert our Atlas pass from our ship to our body. Because if we start to wander too far from the ship, we're not going to be able to do anything with the Atlas boxes. And they generally give us stuff to make warp cell fuel. So it's really nice to pick that stuff up. It can save you a lot of time and money by harvesting your items from the Atlas boxes versus trying to make it yourself. And if you get really fortunate enough to the point where you have a nice supply of that stuff, you can actually turn around and sell your warp cells and things for a decent price too. But I think most people would want to stockpile it because you're going to eventually need it regardless. And of course you're going to make me park way over here. Here comes a storm. So we're looking for titanium. We know we need about 200 pieces of it. And we got a 64. 64 pieces so far. So we're about almost halfway there.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
And I have a funny feeling that he's going to give us what our guy wants, because I don't think he wanted this power gel. My memory's pretty bad sometimes. Should be listening to our friend Redbeard and writing it down on my little pad here. Yeah, he wanted the insulating gel, not the power stuff. Alright, no worries. We'll stash it in a storage box and either resell it for more money later, or we'll use it for something, I'm sure. One good thing they did with this update is it seems like they're starting to give everything a little bit more of a purpose. Before, you could collect a lot of stuff and turn around and not ever actually use the stuff that you're collecting, but now it seems more like they're really doing a good job with giving everything a purpose. The Gek charms and Korvax cubes and all that kind of stuff, and pre-update, they were just more like collectibles. You really didn't do anything with them. And I was rather impressed that when my employee requested me to give him some of that stuff to further my quest with him, I thought that was really cool. So they are doing a pretty good job with making sure that everything that you can get, there's a use for. And I think it was the box over here that had the empty slot. No, this one maybe. Oh, that one's got a bunch of slots, so we'll go ahead and use that one. Now, I know they used to give me titanium when I blew them up before.
Hostiles approaching.
I think they might have changed that now. But nah, I don't care. Let's blow some up anyway. It's Christmas. Yeah, see, now they give you pugnium. And I haven't found a use for pugnium just yet, but... Oh, is that a... He's calling for help. I think he might be stuck in the base. Let's go over and take a look. Yeah, blow your face off. And we gotta reload. There we go. Just what I like.
Warning. Sentinel combat unit deployed.
And we're getting lit up from behind. Oh man, they sent a bunch of guys out here. There's like at least 4 of them that I saw. Get them out before they blow up our face. Let's reload. Is that all of them? That's all of them for the moment. Alright. Yeah, I was hoping they'd give us some titanium because they were giving us titanium before the patch. I thought that they did indeed change that, and that was the fact because they were dropping the pugnium, which we don't really need pugnium. We wanted the titanium. So that just means we're gonna have to find the titanium the old-fashioned way.
Radiation protection falling.
So let's go ahead and dump this stuff into a box. The neutrino modules. They sell for a decent price. But that is not what we're looking for at the moment. Let me go ahead and step back into the base real quick just to reset our radiation shielding.
Radiation protection.
And then we'll go back out and try to have some more fun. I think maybe if we find some more sentinels, we'll pick a fight with them. And let them build up a little bit more. Because there's one over there. Let's go mess him up. I do think that the harder sentinels give you better items when you kill them. So maybe we'll go ahead and let them build up their force a little bit instead of just wiping them out. And that way, maybe we'll get lucky and get some fun stuff from them. Tick him off a little bit. We'll run back closer to the base just in case. If we get an at, we can run like a little girl and hide in the building. Come on, man. There you go. Get mad. Look at me. Scan me. Scan me. Oh, I'm moving. Can you hit me? I'm scanning. Oh, you scanning? Let's go. Come on. Come on.
Hostiles approaching.
Oh, now you're mad. Oh.
Sentinel drones activated.
Let's reload up. Let's do a little dance. Oh, you called your friend? Hi, friend. Oh, you don't know what to do? You try shooting me. Oh, man. I just killed your friend. And I stole his stuff.
Technology recharge. Technology
Oop, I didn't want to use the titanium. I want to save the titanium. Oh man, they're wrecking me. I guess we can't,
critical damage taken.
we're gonna die, you guys. I guess picking a fight was a bad idea. Oh, and I missed the door.
Radiation protection.
Haha! Yeah. Ooh, my nose is itchy. So, picking a fight wasn't that good of an idea. After all, it looks like we were getting our butt handed to us.
Recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Maybe next time we'll have to think things through a little bit better.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
And the Sentinel Force has been deactivated. However, they did leave us the canisters. And we did get some new tech out of it, so I can't complain, even though we ran away. Hey, Universal. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all the like. Thanks for coming out and joining the stream. How you doing, and how is your holiday? Merry Christmas. I didn't do too shabby on my haul from Santa. I did get a nice little clump of games. We got Counter-Strike Go and Subnautica to start. And we also managed to pick up an Elgato from our girlfriend, so that was very nice. So now we can hook up our consoles and other items to the computer for streaming needs. So that way you guys can come hang out with me and keep me company, which is very much appreciated. Especially on a day like today, being a holiday and all. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here for you guys to come and hang out and talk and discuss all sorts of things like games and tech, and you guys can watch me play some of the cool games that are out and available. Maybe give you a hand, or perhaps you helping me out, because sometimes I have no idea what I'm doing. Universal says, I made a video on what I got for Christmas. Want to check it out after the stream? Right now it's 1:30 a.m. Universal, I will check out your stream when I'm done. I will check out that video because I'm very much interested in what you got for Christmas. In fact, you had your was it your rehearsal the other day, did you not? The play you were in? How did that go? For those that don't know, Universal was in a play earlier in the week, and had quite a few lines. I was rather impressed when he told me the amount of lines that he had to have memorized for his part, and it was pretty impressive. And I think the Sentinels might be cool with me now, even though I blew a lot of them up, so I think we'll be safe to go ahead and wander off. Couldn't find the film. I did ask Universal if he could find a filming of his part, that I'd love to watch it, but that's alright, man. If you find it later, you can always re-upload it, and I can check it out. If not, you know, maybe next time. I'm sure that you'll have plenty of fun activities that you can record and upload to the channel. But I will indeed cruise over to your channel after I get done streaming, or at least take a break from streaming, because I might be switching to a different game in a bit. I think I might try to get on one of the new games I got and see how you guys like that. But I will pop over there and check you out. And I'll leave you some comments, so when you get up, you can see my response. So that way you don't have to worry about staying up super late. I'm assuming you are off tomorrow, as am I. I plan on taking off tomorrow myself. So tomorrow I will be doing some more streams, so worst case scenario, you can always come back and check me out tomorrow, Universal, and hang out for a bit, so that way you don't have to worry about being up super late. No, I'm not sarcastic. I am very interested in what you got for Christmas. Oop, I did not mean to fall down the hole, but that's okay. There's entering. No, I am interested in what you got for Christmas. That's why I'm on here, because I wanted to see what you guys are doing for Christmas and how your Christmases are, and what you guys got for Christmas, because I'm pretty excited about the stuff that I got for Christmas, and I like to share my I think that might have been a whip vine. I like to share what I got for Christmas for my family and friends, so I'm very interested in what you guys got. Especially if you guys got games that you want to play together, man. I love playing games together. So I want to know what you guys got game-wise too, because I got a bunch of gift cards to go out and use, and if I can, I want to try to get some games that you guys are into, so that way we can actually play together. Seeing that my girlfriend got me the Elgato card, I can now hook up the consoles to the computer for streaming and stuff too. So if you guys are all playing like the new Call of Duty or something, I'll have to go get it. Uncharted 2 and Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider's a good game, man. I haven't played the Uncharted series, but I have played the crap out of a lot of the Tomb Raider series. And I like the Tomb Raider games, especially the newer ones. They did a good job. So that's pretty cool, man. I haven't busted out any of the new stuff yet, but I might try to get on one of the newer games I got tonight before I go to bed. So I might take a look and see about, I'll take a poll or something and see what everybody wants to check out, and then maybe I'll do some Counter-Strike Go or Subnautica or something. Who is my best friend on YouTube that I have never met in real life? Well, I got quite a few YouTube friends that like to come spend time with me, but I tell you what, Universal, so far, especially in the past couple weeks, man, you've been blowing up my channel and hanging out and talking and watching my streams with me and having conversations and stuff, so you've been super active. And that's really cool, because that's what I like. I like to be able to hang out and talk to you guys, and sometimes not even about the game we're playing, just stuff in general and what's going on. And I think I might have gotten lost, but that's alright. We'll get out of here somehow. We have a grenade launcher. If we have to, we'll make our own exit. In fact, I think, well, no. Yeah, why not? We'll shoot some grenades. Who wants to see some explosions? I want to see some explosions. Who doesn't love stuff blowing up? Come on, baby. Oh, bad timing though. Right in the middle of a storm. Oh, where's our home? I got all turned around. What the hell is that? It looks like a turtle monkey with a tail dinosaur thing. Well, we don't really want to mess with him, but we do want to find our house. There it is.
Radiation protection.
That's crazy. I felt like I walked like 50 bajillion miles and we were actually only right over the hill. Oh, I ran out of gas. Come on, buddy, just a little further. And here comes Mr. Sentinel, wants to get all up in my stuff.
Radiation protection.
You're not allowed in, dude. Sorry. I did get a Sentinel stuck in the house the other day, though. See, I see he's still out the door. He's trying to peek. One of them snuck in somehow. I was walking around and there's a Sentinel flying around my house inside, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Only 32% in 3 hours. Come on, man. 3 hours, 32%? I'd say that's pretty darn good. Only. You're funny. Yeah, I did download and install a couple of my new games, but I haven't actually fired them up to play yet. I believe the one so far, because there are more, but the one so far that I did download and let it install was I put on Subnautica and I put on Counter-Strike Go, and the package that I bought that contained Counter-Strike Go, I bought the big package, so it gave me all the games, because I think it was like a couple dollars more for the package, And so, like, I got tons of stuff like Portal, Portal 2, Half-Life, Half-Life 2, all the Counter-Strike games, all the Half-Life games. It's like, it was a huge pack. So, but I didn't install all of that because I'm like, I might not even play some of them. But I did put the Counter-Strike Go on because it seems like a lot of people um, have fun with that currently. And I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. So I figured I'd give it a shot and see how it works. The game's dark in Tomb Raider. Well, you should be able to go into your settings and jack up your brightness level. I know a lot of games, they tend to tell you to adjust your brightness to till you can't see this particular thing on your screen, and usually what you can do is you can cheat and just brighten it up a little bit so it's not as bad. In some games you almost have to do that because they just make them entirely too dark, like crazy dark. I think we managed to top off the majority of our stuff. Let's go ahead and dump off the items here into our storage unit. We do need to get a little bit better with our organization skills on storing stuff, because it seems like we are lacking a little bit of organization when it comes to our storing things. But I really was trying to hold off on color coding and doing all that really nice kind of stuff until we had a more permanent base situation. I didn't want to waste all the time making things look all super pretty and stuff if we're just going to break it down on a new planet. Yeah, autocorrector can be a little bit of a pain, Universal. Sometimes it can get you in trouble, especially if you're text messaging people on a phone. I've had some text messages go very badly because I was typing something to a person and then the autocorrector turned it into something totally different from what I was actually saying. So yeah, you do have to be a little bit careful with autocorrector. You don't want to get in too much trouble. And it looks like we're coming up to about almost 10 o'clock here on the East Coast in the US. So I just want to put out a friendly reminder of thanking you guys for coming out today, especially on this holiday, and hanging out with me and giving me some great conversation. I do appreciate it very much. And I can't thank you enough for all the support that I've gotten over the past couple months. I decided to try this crazy thing called YouTube and see how I like it. And my friend edged me on for a very long time. And I finally decided to do it, and I cannot be thankful enough with the support that I've received from the community here on YouTube. The channel growth has been really great. You guys have been super supportive, and I just wanted to say thank you. It does mean a lot to me. And I do have a lot more stuff in the works that I'd like to be putting out soon, but some of it's gonna have to wait until after the new year. And I hope you're still around to check some of that stuff out. We are working on, and I say we because I do get some assistance from my friend Angry Man Duke. He has his channel as well here on YouTube, but he does a lot of editing videos where I do a lot of streaming videos. So when we hang out, I usually educate him on the streaming side of things and the little tips and tricks that I've been learning, and sometimes he can apply those things to his edited videos, and he's been teaching me a little bit about editing videos, so that way I can put out some actual edited content on the channel instead of just streams. So I have some videos in the work that should be coming out in the next few weeks, on top of tons of new games for you guys. And like I said, you know, if you guys have any recommendations or requests, just let me know
Radiation protection.
on any of the videos.
Falling.
Excuse me, throat got a little scratchy there. You can always let me know in live chat or a comment on any of the videos, so that way I can get those messages. One thing I did add the other day, and you may or may not have noticed, but I did put my Steam contact information up as well on the site, so that way if you guys want to put out a friend request on Steam, you can be my friend on Steam, so that way if we have games together, we can play together. And for the newcomers, if you haven't seen at the top of the main channel page, there is a Twitter and Facebook link for me as well. And if you're having fun just hanging out and watching some gameplay and chit-chatting,
Radiation protection.
feel free to go ahead and visit the Twitter or Facebook pages and follow those links. And that way, anytime I get on to do a stream or I upload a video or update a playlist or something, you'll get a little notification for whichever site or both, saying, hey, you know, I did this. And then you can come check it out and see what it's all about. And you can be like, dude, your last video totally sucked. You need to make your volume louder. Or you can say, hey man, you need to dial your stream settings because I keep buffering and your stuff looks like garbage. And I'll be like, totally awesome. I dig the review and I'm gonna fix it. But do keep in mind to keep your comments somewhat nice, because if you are mean, I will have to find you. Universal says, you're surprised you understand what I meant when the autocorrector correct. Oh, you have no idea, Universal. A lot of people have problems with the autocorrector. The autocorrector can be helpful, but it can get you in a lot of trouble. See, the problem is that when you start talking to people, especially if you have bad grammar or if you're using slang or something like that, which most people do, the autocorrector will try to correct something that doesn't necessarily need to be corrected. So when you're using a slang term or something, or you're misspelling something on purpose, the autocorrector will try to fix it, and it doesn't really need to be fixed. The way that you typed it is exactly the way that you wanted it to be, and then because autocorrector fixes what it thinks is a mistake, it changes the whole context of the message that you're sending, and then when the person that you're sending the message to reads it, they get a totally different message than what you originally wanted to send, and then that is where the trouble comes in. Especially for us older guys, when you start getting girlfriends and you know you're trying to say something nice to them, and then they get this message that sounds really mean, and then the next thing you know you're getting yelled at because you did something and you have no idea what got you in trouble. And then you're scratching your head because, you know, the girlfriend will be like, you know what you did. You know why I'm mad. I ain't gonna tell you why I'm mad. You know why I'm mad. And then you're like, I have no effing idea why she's mad. And then that just makes her even more mad, because then you're like, oh man, if she knows that I don't know why she's mad, she's gonna get more mad. So then you're trying to pretend like you know why she's mad, but you have no idea why she's mad. But you know if she finds out, you're just gonna get in more trouble. So you're just like, I'm just gonna eat it, because if I open my mouth, it's just gonna get worse. All over because autocorrector. And that's a true story. It happens. So turn that stuff off, man, and learn to spell. Because it's bad. It's the devil.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
You don't need autocorrector. You're in school. You got good spelling. You'll be fine. Save yourself the anguish and the pain. Yeah, well, that's the problem, man. Especially you younger guys. You know, you kids are used to texting and stuff, so your thumbs are go like 10,000 miles a second, and you're just like click, 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 click. It's crazy. You know, like 25 years from now, you know, when I'm old, there's gonna be like diseases like cankle thumbs or something from where all you kids like overuse your thumbs and crap from all that typing. I ain't mean. I'm not mean. I'm just trying to help a little brother out. Stay out of that autocorrecting mess, man. It will get you in trouble.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Let's go ahead and top off our systems a little bit. And we'll go ahead and empty out some of this inventory into our storage units. Been wrecking face on some of this antrium, which is nice because we're going to probably need quite a bit of it. We really need to be wrecking face on Ragogan, but Ragogan, it seems like it's so slow to get because it's underwater and you have to constantly worry about your air supply and all that kind of crazy stuff. So let's go ahead and dump this titanium back in here for the moment. We need to keep an eye out for that stuff as well. There goes our antrium. We're doing nice on antrium. We're almost at 1,000, which is pretty good. Yeah, there is a little bit of a lag, regardless, because of the stream. Generally, what you guys are seeing and what I'm doing are already apart. Even though I tell the system that I want it to be as close as possible for interacting with you guys versus having a buffer. Sometimes that'll be why you get a little bit of a stutter in the gameplay, because I'm trying to do it without the buffer to keep you guys close to real time. There's still automatically going to be a delay. Let's go ahead and unload this stuff. We still got more antrium. Okay, I didn't even realize that. There was a whole nother stack of antrium.
Radiation protection falling.
There it is.
Inventory full.
Awesome, we actually capped out the antrium stat. Come on, man. I know we gotta have an open spot somewhere. I need to put my pickle away. trying to see what I can take. I might have to pull that Gek charm out because we're just going to sell that anyway. So, pull the Gek
Radiation
charm.
protection offline.
We'll pull the Gek charm out and throw the other stuff in the slot instead. Put away our cucumber before it gets us in trouble. It's the time to reach your computer like it would take for a long time for someone at the other side of the world to hear the phone ring and pick it up. Yeah, it's called a ping time, actually. Is what...
Radiation damage detected.
Ooh, crap, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it's a ping time is what that is. It's how long it takes the message to go from me to you and back. Pretty much, they count that in pings. But you're over in, around England, I believe. Isn't it Universal? Yeah, I actually have a couple people that are from Australia that every once in a while they'll catch me in a live stream depending on what time of the day I'm on. And
Storm clearing.
technically, from where I'm actually located on the planet, I think Australia is almost like exactly like halfway around the planet from me. That would probably be about the farthest from me before you start coming back to me. So that's pretty far. But even still, you know, trying to go over to Europe, I have a few guys that like to watch the stream that are in Ireland. Yeah, Ireland, and then I got a couple guys in England that watch me. So I love my friends over in Europe. One of these days, I'm gonna get a plane ticket to come over there and go see some really cool old stuff. One of these days, I'll be lucky and I'll get a plane ticket to go. I did have an opportunity when I was in high school. They have foreign languages for us to take here when we were in high school, and basically where I lived, they gave us the option of taking Spanish, German, French, and Latin, and I decided to take Latin. And so, since Latin is what they consider a dead language, nobody speaks Latin anymore. Well, some do, but not many. It's usually like churches and stuff. Basically, the Latin club, the people who took Latin, got to go to Italy and Greece. But we, of course, had to pay for the trip. But because I only had so much money saved up at the time from working at the McDonald's in high school, I had to make a choice on whether I wanted to go to Italy and Greece with the Latin club, or if I wanted to go to Florida with the whole high school, because our high school basically takes a senior trip and they go down to Disney and SeaWorld and those kind of places. And the price for the trips were about the same, and I only really had enough money to pay for one trip. So I had to make a decision on which one I wanted to go, and I opted to go with the trip to Florida because that's where more of my friends were going to be going. And so I didn't opt to go to Italy and Greece, and looking back now, I kind of regret it. Just for the simple fact that if I really wanted to go to Florida now, today, I could easily drive there and be there in about overnight. And so the trip, although it wouldn't necessarily be cheap, it wouldn't be super expensive to do it. However, if I wanted to go to Italy right now, it would cost me a pretty penny because I'd have to pay for the airfare and the hotel and all that kind of stuff. And so, looking back, I think if I had the choice, I think it probably would have been just as fun to go to Italy. But I think it would have. Oh, I gotta shoot it down. All right, let's get the gun out. It would have been just as fun to go to Italy, but it would have been, I think, a better experience because for me to go to Florida now, it's easy versus trying to go to Italy. So, you want me to come to Ireland when I have like 1,000,000 subs, and that way you can come up and get my autograph, dude? That's cool. I would be down for that. It's going to take a lot of work to get 1,000,000 subs, though. Well, it looks like this is a crapshoot, boys and girls, because I don't know enough of the language to figure out what it is that they want me to fix. It just tells me that it's high something. And let's see, we have a refraction system, dampening field, and coolant chamber. Let's cool down. All right, that was the right guess. Oh, I think, maybe. Looks like we got shielding sheet. That's cool. Love tech. Can't go wrong with new tech. Universal says, trust me, you're as good as PewDiePie. I appreciate that, dude, and I take that as a huge compliment because PewDiePie, especially with his 50 million subscribers, that's a lot of people, and it's crazy. I think sometimes just hanging out with 5 of you guys is crazy. I don't even know if I could possibly imagine doing a live stream and having something like 100,000 people on here. That would be nuts. I would have to probably like have other people here with me running the equipment just so I could interact with the people, because that's just mind-blowing, dude. I actually watched the video, and I forget where the video was, and I'd give credit to the video if I could remember what the video was. But basically, I was doing some research on how to make improvements to the channel as far as the quality of the channel, and I came across this video, and basically the guy was saying, you know, don't get discouraged when you're starting your channel out, because, you know, you only get like 5 or 10 people, you know, watching your stream. And don't get discouraged if, you know, your video is getting like 50 views or 100 views, because if you were to have to go and stand in your gymnasium at your, you know, in your gym at school and talk in front of the same amount of people, that's a lot of people. And it is if all 230 some people decided they were going to go and fill up some kind of hotel convention center room and they wanted me to go in there and talk to them, that it can still be intimidating. So 230 people is quite a bit of people. I think it is an accomplishment. Right now I am trying to make that push and start working towards 500. I think 500 is my next goal. I think I've been here, so we're not going to waste time. I'm going to go look at something else. Try not to hit our floating turds. But yeah, you know, 230 people is a lot of people, and I'm very blessed and very happy with the subscribers and the reactions that I get from everybody. But I am looking to try to make a push to 500, and then once I get there, who knows, you know, it's just little by little. Let's go ahead and take a nice little cruise here and just kind of float around and see if we can notice anything. We'll do a couple scans and see if we can locate any facilities. But yeah, every day, you know, I spend a little bit of time online, and I usually go and check out, you know, my subscribers and see what they're doing, and watch some of their videos. And sometimes I'll throw out some comments and stuff, and, you know, and like buttons on my subscriber channels, if they have channels, because not everybody, you know, does do a channel. They just have a YouTube account for, you know, watching people. And I'll usually spend a little bit of time, you know, doing some research on how to make things better, as far as, you know, making the quality of the stream look nicer and less laggy. And I'll look into games and see what kind of games are coming out that I want, and what kind of games people are interested in watching. I also do keep my my eyes open for a lot of tech stuff. So like, I try to, you know, follow things like the new phones coming out, and iPads and things like that, new computer tech. And my Twitter account, I usually tweet a lot about Funko Pops. I don't know if you know what a Funko Pop is, but I tend to collect some Funko Pops, so I tend to tweet a lot about free Funko Pops. And I might do a video soon about my Funko Pops and which guys I got. I think that might be cool. Universal says, I have to go on short notice, have to hit the bed, so I'll check you out later. No problem, Universal. Again, thanks for coming out and hanging out with me and chatting. It's always fun and always a pleasure. I will check out your Christmas stream once I get done streaming, and I'll hit you up and drop you some comments on there. But you go have a great night, and maybe I'll check you out tomorrow. Oh gosh, what?
Radiation detected. Units received.
That is some goofy looking stuff. It looks like some kind of eel.
Units received.
It's a stalking meat eater, so we definitely want to stay away from him. It looks like they got some jelly squids, but not to mention the fact that that liquid that I'm standing in seems to be very, very radioactive. So we need to get out of there if we ever want to have children again. Universal says, Merry Christmas. Oh wait, it's over. Well, not quite yet for me. I still got about 2 hours before Christmas is officially over here. But I get your point. And Merry Christmas to you too. I can kill that whiptail before he gets a piece of me. And I gotta reload. There we go. Listening to the soothing sounds of the moose elk mating call. Let's see if we can finally see the mating ritual of the moose elk. Good night, Universal. You take it easy, brother. I will talk to you later.
Radiation protection falling.
Oh, and it looks like the female has rejected the male, and the male is going crazy. He wants a reason on why they are not allowed to mate, and the female is responding with criticism. That's just normal, folks. Just kidding. Let's go ahead and take advantage of this, and we're going to do a little collecting around the pond here while we're listening to the moose elk. As long as the moose elk decides to keep to themselves and not try to eat my face. Hey, there's a new one. It looks like a shovel ant. There's some plutonium. We can always use that. Maybe we'll have to put together some clips and create a No Man's Sky wildlife video. Because I tell you, we do see some rather interesting wildlife in this game. Maybe we'll have to go through the videos. Oh no, the drones are ticked. He did not like taking that plutonium. Let's go ahead and light him up. There we go. See if we can grab that can before it disappears. Find his buddy. You know they always come in pairs. Usually. It looks like we might be fortunate and it was just the one. Alright, well let's make our way back to our ship and then we're going to make a trip back to the base and unload. Oh, that storm is eating me alive. We need to run fast. But yeah, we're going to make it to the ship and then we'll cruise back over to the base. We'll unload our inventory from the ship and the our exosuit into our storage bins. Get a little look at what we got going on. Oh, that hurt. And I think that might be tough call because we really need to build up that stamina tech because we're not getting very far.
Shield down. Radiation damage detected.
Oh, and we're there. Alright. Whew. It's getting close. Not too bad, but getting there. Alright, let's go ahead and launch. There we go. Cruise back over to the base. Give it a little bit of gas here.
Storm clearing.
The afterburners make things a little faster. And we're about a minute out. That's pretty decent. I didn't think we were that far out, but apparently we were having a little bit too much fun and got a little further than we thought. Did manage to find a few new pieces of tech, which is always nice. Managed to hoard out some mine stuff, so we got a lot of antrium we're saving up, which is good because we're going to need it. We need antrium for not only our farming stuff, but for our base stuff and for our equipment. It looks like at this point, antrium is a much needed commodity. Up to the base. We did already get that drop pod, which was a nice bonus to our exosuit inventory. gonna have to make sure we start checking every planet we go on, because I would imagine there should be at least one every planet you visit. So we're gonna have to start making sure that we keep the material available to build those scanners, and to make an effort to pick up those pods, especially if our money is sufficient to purchase it. Go ahead inside here and shake off our radiation, and then we'll go ahead and dump our stuff into our storage units. Well, we got room for the iron, so let's go ahead and unload the iron. We don't have the other items in there, so we'll check the next box. And we got a little bit of platinum, so we'll go ahead and put that in. I think that should do it for that box. And there's our antrium, which we're doing a pretty good haul. We're up to about 1100. This is our last box here. Let's see. Got neutrino. We're gonna take the neutrino modules, I think, and we'll hold on to them because we're gonna probably sell them. They're not too hard to get because they come from blowing up the Sentinel. So if we ever really wanted some neutrino modules, we could always just blow them up. But let's go ahead and put our plutonium in there. Let's take that power module. And we'll throw our thamium in there. And the carbon's not a big deal because we can get carbon anywhere. Let's take a quick look on our ship. Alright. Oh, whoa, our launch thrusters are empty. It means we're going to need plutonium. Alright. So we'll hang on to that plutonium, but we'll go ahead and put this in. And this in. There we go. And that should do it. Alright, so let's go ahead and top off that real quick, those launch thrusters, because if not, I'll probably forget about it. So, ship's good, and our mining beam needs a little bit.
Protection falling. Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Multi-tool is good, and our exosuit could use a little bit of love.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Alright. So now we got all our systems topped off.
Radiation protection.
Got all our inventory sorted and stashed away. Excuse me there, guys. It looks like this stream just broke 2 hours. So it had a pretty good stream, so I think I'm going to probably go ahead and end the stream now. But again, I want to take this second just to say thank you for coming and hanging out with me. I much appreciate all the support you guys give me. And I always enjoy the conversations. Make sure you do hit the subscribe button and please like the video. And I'm just going to take a quick break here. I'm going to end the stream. And then I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be right back. And we're going to fire up a new stream. I'm going to probably do a little bit of thinking while I take this break. It'll probably only be about 10 minutes or so. But I'm going to figure out, I don't know if I want to come back to No Man's Sky tonight since we just did a nice 2-hour stream of it. So I'm thinking I might launch something new. Maybe some CSGO or Subnautica. I'm going to take a quick look at my game list and figure out what game I want to check out. But don't go anywhere. I'll be back shortly, and we're going to have plenty of fun this evening. So if you're planning on having a late night, I'm the guy to be with, because we're going to be doing this stream for quite some time today. I'm off tomorrow, I'm taking a holiday, so we're gonna have some fun. Again, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next video.